What about Don Ho?
Talk about it, I think.
Oh, okay. Don Ho, everybody, Sunday night. Oh, people are getting the cassettes poised. I can tell. Don Ho is... there's no way Don Ho can hear me. Can he, Producer Ann? We don't...
via the internet, I suppose.
Go as far as the islands. All right. Don Ho is an anomaly. Don Ho is talentless. At least I have discerned this.
He can speak Hawaiian.
Like, let me tell you what speaking Hawaiian is. It's speaking English stoned off your ass. That's what speaking Hawaiian, with a fat lip. That's what speaking Hawaiian. He is a Hawaiian guy who is just probably owns 5 islands by now. He has been a fixture for many years. He is what Wayne Newton is to Vegas.
Right.
Maybe even more so.
Somehow he galvanized that in the 70s. Remember, he'd always show up on some sitcom or some...
well, he had his own show. He had his own, like, Don Ho beach party. He'd go out there and interview.
Fantasy Island or Love Boat or something.
Right, and he was just Don Ho. And here's what I'm thinking. I need to claim an island. You know what I mean? Or
Boobville.
Oh, Boobville. Yeah.
Maybe
stick to one thing.
Maybe move it to Hawaii.
No, but see, Don Ho is already taken Hawaii. You know what I'm saying?
Boob that erupts.
Well, Montana awaits you.
There's a lot of islands like off the coast of like Japan and stuff that we beat up pretty good during World War II, like Okinawa and stuff like that. I would like to take one of these islands and make it my own. All right. All right, this is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew.
He's a
board. All right, he's a board-certified physician. He's addiction medicine specialist. Anyway, Don Ho, talent or not, it's still a coup to get him on the mainland here and get him on your show. He's the singer of the Tiny Bubbles.
And it's interesting to get people that don't belong on Loveline. You know, the Tony Bennett's and the Julio Iglesias. They do quite well.
This is the same speech the program director was giving me when he's thinking of putting me on.
Well, yeah.
He will be here Sunday night. Am I right, Producer Ann? He is the Sonny Bono of the islands. Do you ever watch these old, what is it, Nick at Night, or one of these classic TV things, runs the Sonny and Cher show?
Right.
Now, last time I saw the Sonny and Cher show, I was 11.
Yeah.
Now I watch this show, and I realize that Sonny Bono has no discernible talent whatsoever. He sings like a teenager who got socked in the nuts. He couldn't act his way out of a garbage bag.
He just kind of fumbles around.
He just stands there like an idiot and laughs all the way to the bank. This is what I got to get into. I got to get hooked up with a tall broad who's half Comanche, or take over some kind of island somewhere.
All right. Or do both.
Or possibly,
You're not getting any younger.
All right, Producer Ann. You know what? You age at the same speed that I do, except for I look distinguished with my little touch of gray.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
That's what I keep telling myself. All right, let me read some quick email. Here's one. For me, this is from C-Cup. Great minds here on Loveline. I saw you at the HF Festival, which was in D.C. I was at that a couple of weeks ago, and you sucked, Adam. You have the voice of a horny old bald fat man. See, I don't think that's a slight. And you look like my next-door neighbor. But it goes on to explain a neighbor who we call Horse-E-Head. I love your show, and I give you credit. You're funny, but sometimes you're lame. Boy, it's a real love-hate thing C-Cup has going on.
She's even taunting you with that C-Cup.
I didn't see Drew at the festival. Tell him he's okay and that you suck. I guess I'll tell myself I suck, but I'm going to do it later on the ride home. All right, and here's some more email. This is from David. Drew. Yes, David has 3 requests. Pardon me. 1, play the Drew Shuffle. All right, maybe we'll hear that later on tonight. 2, get Alicia Silverstone on. Well, her career's dried up. She should be begging to come on this show, Ann. And number 3, and this is my favorite, do the French rapper. Now, what David is referring to is the Russian rapper, not the French rapper. The Russian rapper, I'll tell the story very quickly, is, as you know, I am part of the Catholic Big Brother organization, and when I took my young ward Nate out many years ago, he had a husky Russian friend who came with us. And this guy didn't have, his dad was, went through a case of vodka, an afternoon, and he didn't really have any kind of life. And he was Nate's friend, and he used to just use Nate so he could go with me. We'd go to Magic Mountain, we'd go to the beach, we'd do all these things. This guy was all of 4'9" and 215 pounds, white as a ghost, and spoke with a thick Russian accent. But he'd become Americanized very quickly. And I know this sounds comical, but he was into the gangster rap. He used to wear shirts that said, like, Word Up and Dope, and he was into Snoop and all the rappers. And he was such a fan of the rappers that he used to do a little rapping himself. And it went a little something like this. I'll see if I can remember not to cuss, because I did it before. All right, thank you. I'll just make the sh sound when I'm trying to make the SH. You're going to edit for me? All right, I'm going away. Here we go. This is Tim, or as he likes to call himself, Team. That was the greatest conversation I ever had. Hey, what's your name? Team? Team? Team. Team, right? Like baseball team? No. Team. Tim? Yes, Team. Okay, Tim. Here we go. Bitches ain't at hoes and tricks. Suck on these balls and lick on this. Oh. This kid's 12, Drew. Did you get that out of there, Engineer Mike? All right, because I got another rap coming up. Is delay all worked in? I know he's pulling me. All right, here's his
he
second. Here's his second.
He
rap.
really wants you fired.
All right, this is the chubby, fat Russian rapper Team. I got backhand like John McEnroe. That bitch steps up, I'm smocking the hoe. Oh, this is the greatest this is the greatest comedy nugget of my life.
You have to dig him up, find out where he is, get him back. He's probably, what, 19 now?
20? Nate is 19. Yeah, he's probably 19. Ugh. God knows what he was getting into.
Is Nate still in touch with him?
No, he pretty much disowned Nate when I quit taking him out because he was kind of using Nate and he was getting into trouble. But he was a funny guy in his own way. One time when we were driving to Magic Mountain and these two were like in 10th grade and just the two most awkward guys in the world. Nate was my Catholic little brother, skinny as a rail, and this guy Tim, big as a house. And we're driving, and I was trying to be a good influence and everything, and they were both lamenting about their love life or the fact that, they were in the 10th grade and hadn't even shook hands with a woman yet. And they were complaining, and I said, I gave them a line of BS. I said, don't worry, fellas. There's plenty of chicks in high school, and I'm sure they'll be coming around any day now. And Tim pipes up from the back seat and says, let's face it, Nate is too skinny and I'm too fat. And I thought to myself, yep, Chubby's right. Well, I'm sure he's grown all out of it by now. Lord knows Nate has become quite an individual. All right, tell Drew to get rid of those. All right, no more email. Drew, we ready to move on? Who's coming on next week, Ann? Tom Arnold?
Yeah.
And
Toad the Wet Sprocket, your favorite.
Toad the Wet Sprocket. Never met him. No, I love him already because I'm a big fan of the music.
Get rid of those legions?
Yeah, okay,
What
Drew.
does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe it means legions.
Legions? Oh, very nice.
Okay, Drew, do you understand we're doing radio?
Yeah, but it's
I know you've been
more
doing the
about
show for 14 years.
We're just sitting here talking.
All right.
It hurts when I urinate. I've got these lesions.
All right, would you like to read the email?
I see where that comes from. Okay.
Thank you, Engineer Mike. All right, Drew, you all right?
I'm ready.
Ready to proceed?
Yeah.
Steve, you're 26.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
26, I got a girlfriend who's 40, ex-girlfriend, but I still go see her on occasion for sex.
I'm going to do the entire show this evening as Tim, the fat Russian rapper.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
You must backhand that beach.
Steve, you have another girlfriend?
Yeah, I got a girlfriend who's 21 that I see like every weekend. And then presently I'm waiting to rendezvous with a 19-year-old as soon as she gets there.
All right, so you're very secure.
Basically, yeah.
Have you ever had a stable relationship?
Yeah.
And what happened with that one?
You fooled around on her?
What?
Just kind of got tired of her.
How long into the relationship was that?
About 3.5 years.
And what was that relationship like?
Really, really hectic.
Yeah, hectic. I'm not surprised. That's probably how she kept you involved.
All right, so let me just backtrack here because I was all caught up with team. You have a old girlfriend.
Yeah.
How old is she?
40.
And then you have, is she your full-time girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
No, ex-girlfriend.
But sex partner.
Still having sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a younger one who is your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And now you're scouting out a 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And
when
how long have you been with the one that is your girlfriend?
About a year.
And when he was in a lengthy relationship, it was a chaotic relationship that
Yep.
he eventually left.
Uh-huh.
Do you understand there's a theme running through all this? Do you see any just consistent? It's almost oversimplified. It's almost oversimplified the situation, but there's one basic thing that you've achieved.
What?
A-holism.
Well, aside from that,
Well, he certainly achieved that.
but you have managed to avoid intimacy in all your relationships through various strategies, right?
Okay.
By either keeping somebody at a distance, by keeping another person in there that you're involved with, or by creating such chaos in the relationship that preoccupies you.
Well, the chaos is from the ex-girlfriend.
I understand that the chaos is from the ex-girlfriend, but that's why that relationship went on as long as it did. Had it actually been a genuine relationship, had you actually had to have feelings and be intimate, it would have frightened you. You would have bailed out sooner. It would have sabotaged it in some other way. So because it satisfied your need to have a relationship, but not one that was genuine, you managed to stay focused on the chaos.
Okay,
and
so the girl I'm waiting for right now, the 19-year-old, this is the one I'm actually interested in, but...
Well, that's because you haven't nailed her yet, Steve.
No, she's
Oh,
got a boyfriend.
Yeah, okay, all the more alluring, Steve.
Okay.
Listen, I see through you like saran wrap.
likewise.
Well, then can I sign
You
up
will
for
be
your
with the
second-
19-year-old until she pledges her love for you, and
Yeah.
then you will move on to your next chaotic
ladies out
relationship.
there, listen to this gentleman. This is the man you want to avoid, because this is not what people want out of relationships. And people may pursue Steve.
Steve doesn't want it either.
I understand
He
that,
just-
but-
it's like someone who's into heroin saying, "Do you want heroin?"
Right.
No,
and,
you have
and
to.
guess who's going to be attracted to Steve? It's all the women who are abused and this sort of thing, because Steve is a good abuser. Or he likes relationships in which there's no intimacy. And I'm sure there are plenty of other people out there in this lovely country of ours to oblige him. But
All right.
Please, if somebody cares about themselves and wants to have a real relationship, have a relationship.
All right, and Steve, you're 26 now. It's time to settle in just a little bit.
We didn't ask him if he has kids. God forbid.
Oh, he can't have kids. Nah, he didn't strike me as a kid-having type. Steve, you have kids?
No.
Okay, good.
I need a vasectomy, man. I need to sign up for the...
Oh, you
Yes,
do?
he does.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're prime candidate. Although I swear I want to give it to people who have kids, but you sound very dangerous.
I know. I am. And I don't want to have kids to continue on. with that
Steve
danger.
is a candidate.
All right, Steve,
Yeah.
we're going to put you on hold. Lisa, Sherry, Steve is going to give you his number, and we'll put him on the vasectomy candidacy list.
Cool.
Not the donor list, but the candidacy list, okay?
All right.
All right, you're front runner.
Thanks, man.
You and, so far, your only competition is Dr. Marcel, the plastic surgeon that fills in for Drew on occasion. He is up there, although I'm sure he has friends who could pull a few strings and he could get some sort of discount.
Come on.
Drew, when you get serious and say, come on, it makes it sound more incriminating. You should just laugh it off. And that way it sounds like there's no credence to it at all. You want to try it again?
Oh, yeah, you're so funny.
Hey, Debbie, 17.
Hello.
Hi there. What's up? Debbie?
All right. Listen, Debbie, poise yourself, and then when we come back to you, we'll trim that whole 5 minutes off the top of the call. You ready? Should we get back to Debbie, or no? Moving on. We'll get to her later, though. Dimitri.
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
Adam, Dr. Drew, love the show.
Thank you, Dimitri. You're 21, and you're on Loveline.
Yes. I've recently started taking E, and I wanted to do some research on MDMA, so I went searching on the web, and one site said that it possibly uses up serotonin in the brain.
Sure.
And I want to know if this is true because I've recently noticed some changing in my sleeping patterns. And
Ecstasy is a very dangerous drug. It also tends to, we believe, there's some publication out of UCLA that suggests that it actually destroys brain tissue. It's one of the few drugs that's been fairly clearly associated with that kind of consequence. The heavy ecstasy users I have seen have been untreatable. They've been psychotic, they've been disorganized, they've been paranoid. The effects on abstract reasoning are such that you can't reason with them, and they're so paranoid you can't develop any kind of relationship, and they just bolt.
How much hey, let me ask you about serotonin.
Yeah.
How much of that do you produce?
Well, these are in tiny microscopic quantities. More an issue of balance in different parts of the brain. I mean, your brain is such a delicate instrument. You disrupt a few molecules of a chemical in one region, and you get a symptom.
No, not mine. Mine is like a roach. No real parts or anything moving in it.
It's not true.
I'm telling you.
Even yours. That proves my point.
I'm telling you, I could operate heavy equipment half asleep. I've suffered much trauma to my head over the years, and still think clears a there's a bell, Drew.
Well,
you know what?
I want to talk to Dimitri again.
Why do you want to talk to him?
Because usually it actually happens they get addicted to speed. Most ecstasy addicts, ecstasy abusers I've seen end up addicted to speed. Dimitri, you doing much speed?
No, I've never done speed.
All right.
You're batting 1,000, Drew.
MDMA is a
It's
methamphetamine, right?
It's amphetamine that's been altered in such a way as to give it hallucinogenic properties. It is dangerous. And strangely, Dimitri, here's the thing. I'm sitting here telling you I've seen profoundly disturbed and injured people from this drug. And yet, what somehow people would rather focus on is, oh, gee, it might lower my serotonin levels, or, gee, I heard it could drain the spinal fluid from your back, as though those things had any consequence whatsoever other than damaging the brain.
Well, what about the sleeping? And I seem to be able to get pissed off a little bit easier, and I've only done this stuff 4 times.
Well,
right,
it wears off pretty fast.
Dimitri, quit doing it, would you?
It wears off pretty quick. If you only do it 4 times, the chances are very good this will wear off.
All right, Debbie.
Hello?
You're 17.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Well, I have a boyfriend, and we've been going out for 2 years now. And we've been sexually active, and I sort of slept with my high school economics teacher, and now I'm pregnant.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with the baby, and I don't know how to tell my boyfriend, and I don't know how to tell my parents, and I don't know how to tell my John, the teacher.
How far are you into the pregnancy, are you?
Well, I found out, like, the 10th of this month, but I think I'm in the 2nd month.
How long ago did you have sex with the teacher?
Huh?
How long ago did you have sex with the teacher?
3 months, almost, like 2.5 months.
Drew? Drew's going bogus.
How did this happen with this teacher?
Huh? How did this happen?
I swear to... here's my new policy. Hold on a second, Debbie. A new Loveline policy. If I hear the huh followed by the repeating of the question, I'm hanging up on your ass. I can't take that anymore. I know you hear it. We just went over this last night in a rare moment of role-playing here on Loveline. And I'll do it again just to make it crystal clear. Here is what's going to get you hung up on Loveline. Go ahead, ask the question.
Adam, how long have you been pregnant?
Huh?
How long have you been pregnant?
How long have I been pregnant?
Huh?
How long have I been pregnant? Who's on first?
I know you're the manager.
Listen, if there's a problem with the line and you really don't hear it, then here's the code word.
Repeat.
Please repeat the question. This is now turning into Jeopardy. This is bad teenage. It is Jeopardy, but it's sort of the antithesis of Jeopardy.
Anti-Jeopardy.
There'll be no more huhs. There'll just be.
That's asking a lot. But no more followed by repeating the question. That's unacceptable.
All right,
because that's guilt.
All right, but no more huh and then answering the question.
Yeah.
Because obviously you heard it.
Right.
Okay, let's give Debbie another try. Debbie?
Yeah?
All right, we'll try this again.
Hi.
My finger's poised on the hang-up button here.
All right.
How did you happen to get together with your teacher?
I don't know.
What happened?
Well, we were just, I don't know, I met him in class the first day.
How did you get together with the teacher? What happened when you slept with him that night?
That night, we just slept together.
What happened?
I swear to God, I'm hanging up on you, Debbie.
We had sex, I mean...
How did it happen?
For Christ's
no,
sake.
it's bogus. It's bogus. I mean, yep, there she left.
No, she didn't leave. They just put that sound in. Please, Drew. Don't you know about the wonder and magic of radio?
Really?
I kind of believe her.
Then you keep interviewing, because if somebody had something as traumatic as that happen to them, they'll remember the wallpaper.
Well, she remembers.
The
she
night.
just doesn't know what the hell you want her to say.
Then you ask the question.
It's the concrete thinking that we have here on Loveline. Debbie,
Yeah?
listen, Drew's PO'd.
Okay.
It's just me and you now.
Okay.
Now, I know you don't like answering questions from him because he's the man.
Yeah.
Whenever Drew asks questions, it's like one of these 40s war propaganda films.
Well, what
where
did you want to know? The kind of underwear the guy
Hold
had on?
Uh-oh.
I mean, yeah.
Hold on. Would you shut up and let me finish my thing here? It's when Drew asked a question, it's like these war films from the 40s where the American flyer's been captured by the evil Nazis and won't give up any information. I then come in as the busty blonde Nazi and get all the information out of him. All right. Debbie.
Yeah?
Now, don't wise off.
Okay.
Listen. What happened with you two? How did you get together? You and the teacher. What went on? And we know you had sex, and we know you met him in school.
Okay, well, I was having trouble in class, and he said that he would help me, so we went out to dinner, and, well, I don't know, we started dancing a little bit, and then he asked me if I wanted to come back to his apartment.
How old is this guy?
He's 27.
And you went back and had sex with him?
Yeah, we went back to his apartment.
Mm-hmm. And have you heard any other stories of him doing this with any other students?
No.
No. And had you been sort of sizing each other up for a few months before this? Did you have any indication that he was interested?
Me, no. I was sort of interested in him, but I never thought it would go anywhere.
Uh-huh. And did he tell you not to say anything?
No.
No. What is up with this guy?
I don't know.
Are you sure this wasn't the janitor?
I'm positive.
What kind? Listen, I don't condone a teacher having sex with a high school student, but I really don't condone them warning them not to tell anybody. This is frightening. I mean, one hand, it's just a guy being horny. On the other hand, it's a guy being horny and reckless. Drew, do you know what I'm saying? All right, yes.
Yeah, it's bogus.
Debbie's full of crap.
Yeah, it's bogus. Guaranteed.
Drew knew.
Yeah.
Drew, you knew.
Yeah, I know.
How did you know it was bogus?
It just, there's no feeling. I could see the smile behind the facade.
Really?
I could feel it. If somebody, listen, a 17-year-old sleeps with her teacher. That's heavy. And then she's pregnant. She has to hide it. I mean, there's going to be nothing funny in that person's life anywhere, unless the person was so profoundly abused, and then you'd feel that hostility.
Well, I was banking on the profoundly abused thing.
Yeah, possible.
All right. Drew. Drew, it's sheer luck when Drew speaks into the microphone. Who's paging you, Drew?
A hospital.
Okay. All right. So Drew has proven that he has an eagle ear. And, Drew, why don't you sell the hell out of the next non-bogus call before we go to break?
Here we go. Liz is 23, and she's confused. Why do guys say they'll call, and then they don't?
Stephen Baldwin there. All right. I am Adam Carolla. That is the excellent Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, yada, yada, yada. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Drew was just telling me during the break that he sometimes feels as if he's not excellent.
Right.
That he's inconsistent.
Right.
Not when it comes to the radio, because you don't give a rat's ass about that. But more importantly, the 35 high schoolers he talked to yesterday at the commencement speech for his alma mater.
Other things I get myself into. I have to really work on them. I have to really make sure. I have to watch myself.
I have no work ethic.
We know that.
I can only do things that I have a natural ability at. Otherwise, I will just fail dismally.
And that may be a better policy. Just don't get into stuff that you don't really already know how to do extremely well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, why break yourself?
Well, because
that's why I got out of almost every form of comedy.
I think public speaking is an important thing for people to be able to do. I really do. I mean, think
why?
What are politicians or business leaders? People learn how to speak well.
Yeah, but those are just shysters with a thesaurus. I mean, come on, Drew.
No, I'm not saying that's what I desire to be. I'm just saying that's an important way to communicate with people. Let's put it that way.
And you do it better than almost anyone.
Well, thank you.
Especially doctors.
You've never heard me, but that's fine.
Well, I hear you talk every night. I've heard you yammer on. Believe me. I know you do a fine job, and I'm sure the kids were duly impressed. Drew is knocking his performance with the commencement speech he gave yesterday. I'm sure it was solid as Sears, Drew. Please. And stop, learn to enjoy a little. You need to roll in your own filth a little. That's what you need, Drew. I need to take you out and fling feces at you or something.
Oh, sounds very exciting.
I need to break you in. You're too uptight. You're too hard on yourself.
That's true.
You got to relax a little
No,
bit.
that's true. That's true.
You need to get loaded and worship yourself naked in front of the mirror like I do. You know what I'm saying?
No, but how often do you do that?
Oh, I pose down almost every night.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
impressed.
You got to
I can't-
do
I
that,
can't
Drew.
that, no.
And then I do that mock I'm getting into a fight. You talking to me? Liz,
Yes.
Hi there.
23.
Hi, boys.
Hey, gal.
Okay, here's my deal. I'll give you a short history. I dated this guy for about 2 weeks last December. I went overseas for about 5 months. I didn't think we'd keep in touch, honestly, but we did. About every other week, I call him, he called me, etc., etc. And I got back about a week and a half ago, and I called him. I saw him briefly. Things seemed really good. I mean, really fun. I wasn't expecting, boyfriend, that sort of thing. But since then, I have plans to go to a wedding with him, and he blew me off for the wedding.
Ooh.
I haven't heard, spoken to him.
You mean he didn't actually tell you he couldn't make it?
He just basically didn't return my phone calls. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
All right, forget him. Forget that guy.
Guys, get a little...
But the strange thing is that I've left many, many messages. I feel like I'm psychotic. This is a really strange thing because I'm not like a psychotic person at all. And I've left many messages saying, please call me. I want to figure out what's going on. Please just tell me what's going on. And I talked to him tonight for about 2 seconds. I caught him when he wasn't screening his phone calls, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And, he said, hey, I'm on the other line. I said, well, you're going to call me back. He's like, oh, you're just on hold. No problem, et cetera, et cetera. And he hung up on me, and I called back, and, there was no answer. You see, he's avoiding me.
Let's see. Well, hold on, Drew. Well, wait a minute, Liz. There's got to be something here.
Exactly.
I'm thinking...
That's
please, Drew. Please. Oh, you always go there immediately.
That's why.
Hold on a second, Liz.
Yes.
Liz.
Yes.
You got to learn to chill, baby.
You got to worship yourself in front of the mirror.
You were
I
talking.
have
You've
been.
talked this guy right out of the relationship. Now just relax,
Yes.
Drew.
You're overweight.
Please.
What?
Please, Drew.
What?
I'm thinking tumor.
No. I'm
It's
seriously
something.
not that uptight.
He must have a tumor.
Maybe.
I'm thinking he must have
I
suffered some
almost
sort
hope
of.
he's in a coma. But I talked to him tonight, and
Now, his mother died? Has it upset him some? No. He
it's really, really odd.
Yeah,
That's-
metabolic
that's-
encephalopathy. I think
it's
that's what
kinda
happened.
Yeah.
like, I've had guys dump me before. That's
No. That's not it. That's not it.
But it's the silence treatment.
Right. No. Liz, I think we're all on the same page here. We've sized you up, and then we can agree that it's not that he's wants to get out of the relationship.
He said he's got a medical problem.
I think there's Drew, you're a doctor, are you not?
Yeah.
Does this sound like a medical problem?
Oh, yes.
Perhaps
Categorically.
the mitral valve prolapse
No,
or something?
I think it's some encephalopathic process.
Could it be an imbalance chemically?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Liz,
Yes.
Drew's going to give you a prescription for a pharmaceutical,
I
a
love
mood-altering drug. We'd like you to jot it down.
No. I'm seriously not that bad.
No, not for you. Not for you.
for
For him.
him.
Yeah,
What
because...
is it?
Well, something's up with him, right?
Well, yeah, and I mean, the strange thing is that I've given him many options out. I'm like, you're gay, you
Right.
have a lover,
No.
you're
No.
sure you've had
That's
a
it.
lover.
No, that's it.
He could be gay.
That's it.
You
That's
know.
what it is. He's gay.
He may be
all
gay.
these things, and it's just, I just want him to, yell at me, I think you're a whore, I think you're a bitch kind of deal.
How about...
Why?
Wait a minute, Liz.
No.
She's-
I mean, at least then I can...
All right, hold on a second, Liz. She's saying she wants confirmation that the relationship is over, not the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Liz. I'll be him.
All right.
All right. Liz,
Yes,
how about we call him and get to the bottom of this?
you could.
We could?
I suppose I have his number.
Oh, you do? Okay, Liz. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll promise you.
Okay, yes.
We'll put you on hold.
Sure.
We'll get hold of him, and we'll put this whole thing out of its misery. And Drew, as a doctor, can figure out what's medically wrong with this guy.
I would really love that.
Yeah, because something is up.
Something is up.
Absolutely. There's no possible way he would just back out of a relationship.
Yes, no man has ever behaved like this.
For a relationship.
No man has ever behaved like this.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. So
no man has ever been a coward like this guy.
Yeah. So.
Pussy.
All right. So we agree that something's up. So we're gonna. All right, Liz. We're gonna give you Sherry or Lisa over here. We're gonna get him, and we're gonna get him on the phone.
All right.
And if we can't get him on the phone.
Yes.
I am going to put this relationship to bed by playing the role of the coward boyfriend.
All right, I would love that.
I will be insulting, rude, and put a stake through
at least
it.
That way I can hate you so I can get over you.
Right. We can have closure.
Yes.
Okay, Liz. We'll put you on hold. We'll get his number.
Isn't that interesting?
Okay. All right.
That was the human mind at work.
Hold on. Let me break up the pajama party over here. Ladies, don't hang up. Don't hang up on Liz. Okay,
you really interrupted something there.
We're get her number. Yeah. I think they were they're playing like spin the bottle with Mike. It's a big slumber party over here. There's everyone gets together and they have a great old time.
I'm just reading this fax. It just talks about how wonderful producer Ann is. So
well, it's true.
We're just about to frame it and hang it on the wall.
We'll bring it in here. We can read it. Bring it in.
Why don't you put it in the bathroom so we can really put it to use?
It doesn't say anything good about you guys.
That's right.
Yeah. Read the name on the bottom. Is it Hubby Doug?
No. It's Mama Carolla.
Hey, don't you talk about my mama. Cool. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, hopefully we will either have Liz's boyfriend with the tumor the size of the pomegranate in his head that is keeping him away from Liz and all the love she has to give, or I will play the part of Liz's estranged boyfriend and put her out of her misery. Johnny Dangerfield. Yeah. All right, I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. This is Loveline. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right, when we left off, we're speaking to Liz. Liz is 23. Let me just ask Liz a question or two about this relationship. Liz had a sort of relationship with a guy, and now he's not returning the calls. He's screening the calls. He won't talk to her, and she just wants some closure.
I do.
All right, now, Liz, have you had sex with him?
Yes.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
On more than one occasion?
3 times.
Oh, 3 times?
Yes.
All right.
No foreplay involved. It was just sex.
No foreplay?
No, he wasn't very good.
It wasn't good?
No.
Did he drop his pants or just use the fly?
It was a drop the pants and shirts on type deal.
Uh-huh. And it wasn't good sex?
Oh, well, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great by any means.
Mm-hmm. And how come there was no foreplay involved?
That was up to him. It was, I mean, I'm a big foreplay girl. I try and do, fellatio and that sort of deal, but it was non-return in that aspect.
Uh-huh. So you did a little work on him, but there was no construction crew heading down to the tunnel.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. We have Jed, I believe?
We have Jed on the line.
We have him on the line, Ann.
Yeah, but we're having difficulty with the phone. So you'll be able to hear Jed through your headphones, but you have to say what he's saying over
Wait, can I hear him? Will I be able to hear him?
You'll be able to hear him also.
All right.
But not the listener.
All right, because we can't. Because
and Adam just has to say what he's saying.
All right, so Jed can listen via the radio, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Liz.
Yes.
You heard that, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I'll sort of act as the go-between.
Oh, even better.
All right, let me check with Jed. Jed, you then tell me your answer. Liz will ask some questions. Jed will answer them, and I'll just put them out verbatim.
All right.
It'll be Jed. It'll be as if Jed possessed my mouth.
Oh, even better.
All right?
Yes.
Jed? Okay, Jed's ready. All right, Liz, what would you like to ask Jed?
I just want to know what the hell's going on.
What do you mean?
Like, hello, we've been, keeping in contact for 5 months. Why all of a sudden you just stopped calling? Why do you not want to speak to me? You refuse to answer my phone calls, that sort of thing.
You know I see other women.
So?
This is Jed talking, by the way.
Well, fine. I have no problem with that, but we had plans for, 6 months to go to a wedding together. and you don't even tell me that you don't want to go.
All right, Jed says he did tell you he didn't want to go, that he left a message on your answering machine, but it must have somehow got erased.
Well, exactly. Why didn't he tell me in person?
Well, he called. Hold on. Let me just ask Jed a quick. Jed, you called? Jed said he called. Jed left a message.
Well, I never got it.
All right.
I left you 3 messages saying that I never got it. Basically asking the same question over and over and over again.
And Jed said, hold on. Jed said he did go down on you momentarily, but that it was so that he had to get out.
Oh, big
he
lie.
had to pull back.
Oh, no, not even close.
That's what he said, though.
No, that's a big lie.
Jed, are you lying? Jed says he swears on a stack of Bibles.
No.
All right, listen, I'm just repeating.
Jewish boy, he wouldn't swear on a stack of Bibles.
Jed just said he'd swear on a stack of on the menorah. I mean, on the what is it, Drew? The Torah.
No.
Yeah, he swore on a stack of Torahs.
Y'all are lying. He's not on the phone.
Jed just sweared on a stack of yarmulkes, Liz.
No. Y'all didn't get a hold of it. I know that much.
All right, but we had you going, didn't we?
No.
Oh, please. All right, Liz.
Yes.
You're a little nutty, right?
No, not
little
even.
bit.
I sound nutty because I'm in a nutty, like, really mental state.
As my mama says, nutty is how nutty sounds.
No.
You sound a little nutty. All right,
No,
listen.
I disagree.
Listen.
Yeah.
It was just a quick sex thing. Jed's mom wants him to marry a doctor, and it ain't going to happen. All right?
Yeah.
That is your closure.
Jed is one of those people that has... Wait. Jed's one of those people that has to keep you happy and has to rescue you, and he needs to not hurt anybody else. And he can't deal with the fact that he's out of this relationship, so he's just avoiding you.
Right.
And that's it. He's done.
That's
he is
it.
Totally done.
Thank you.
The only way he can deal with it is by avoiding.
All right.
And it's pathetic.
So stop chasing him around and making a fool of yourself, Liz. Move on to a guy who will, reciprocate your love.
Or will tell you at least when he wants to break up.
Okay, that's promising, Drew. Regina, 16.
Hi.
Hey.
I kind of have a little problem in my sex life. Okay, me and my boyfriend have been having sex for 4 months now. He wasn't my first, and I don't even know if he's going to be my last, okay? And he brought me to my first orgasm, and that was like the 3rd time we've had sex. We've had sex repeatedly after that, and I've been able to make him come, but he's never been able to make me come again.
How old is he?
He's 17.
Okay. That's not much of a feat.
For her to make him.
He has an Irish setter who's brought him to orgasm a couple of times too. When you're 17, someone slams the door real hard, and you're somewhere in the living room. You have a spontaneous ejaculation just because of the air shift, the vacuum effect. Drew, you know what I'm saying. They'll pull it right out of you. All right. So what is it that he is not doing now that he did that 3rd time?
That sex has happened to be victory sex.
I'm sorry?
That's what we called it, victory sex.
All right. Listen, Riddler, what did he do differently then that he's not doing now?
Regina's a class act here.
Regina just used the F word. Hey, Regina.
Am I not supposed to cuss?
All right. Regina, I don't know whether to hate you or pity you, but it's a little bit each. Talk to him and straighten it out. What the hell do you want us to do?
Tell him what
Are you serious, Regina? Seriously, do you want us to answer your question?
Yeah, I need to know what to do about this boy.
You need to explain.
I want to explore Regina for a second here. Regina, what's up with you? You in school?
Huh?
Are you in school?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, right now I'm on summer vacation, but...
You going into 11th grade or 12th grade next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
11th grade.
How are your grades?
Fairly decent.
Uh-huh. Where are your parents?
Asleep.
And both in the house.
We're back to concrete.
Anybody do anything weird to you when you were a kid?
No.
Do you have a kid?
No, I don't have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been pregnant?
I was pregnant once.
Mm-hmm. And what happened to you?
What do you mean what happened to me?
What's wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me.
You know, but would you say there is something wrong with you?
No.
Do you enjoy life?
Relatively.
Okay.
Fine.
All right. All right. Well, tell them you need better loving. And enjoy the rest of your life.
All right.
Can't we do better than that?
No, because she was like weird and combative.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
If you put a bet down, it'd be physical abuse for $1.
Would you?
Oh yes.
You really?
Oh yeah.
Regina?
Regina?
I guess she hung up.
Yeah.
Probably. Sorry. Oh, you're so rangy, Ann. Melanie.
Oh, hi.
Hey, you're 15.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, this is what's up.
A lot of attitude being thrown around on Loveline tonight.
I have an attitude.
There's a more,
Not you, sweetie.
more of it lately.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it's the who's calling us, the way they're being screened, or if we're attracting that, bringing that upon ourselves.
And it's women mostly.
Yeah. It's
Wait
all-
a minute.
it's
I'm
all-
going to make a... Hold on a second, Melanie. I hate to say this because it sounds like gender prejudice here, but I've noticed the women in the last month or so here on Loveline being
hostile,
a lot more hostile, and a lot nuttier too.
Well, that's all part of the same syndrome. But if you look at if you've noticed the pattern, there's been a version of this for the man too. We've seen lately.
No, the guys just seem to be confused.
No, there's been more sociopathy, like the first caller of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, much more of that. More narcissism, more sociopathy. It's part of the same thing.
Meaning they're out doing a whole bunch of dastardly stuff and they're totally detached from it.
And they have no concern for anybody's feelings.
Okay. I have had a sprinkling of that, but I've noticed much more of the crazy broad syndrome on Loveline. Perhaps it's become a theme. All right, but not you, Melanie.
Okay. You want me to tell my thing?
Yes, please.
Okay. The problem is like just social things in general. Well, not like in general. Like I have specific things that I do. Like when I go to school and all. I'm out of school right now, but especially when I go to school, I get shy and quiet, reserved. You know, but I'm not like this at home. I just do this out in public. I don't know why, but and then like I can't like go up and talk to guys at all. You know, and yeah, I can, but as far as asking out, that's the problem. And then it's sort of like self-consciousness, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not so much looks as in as how I'm like presenting myself to these people.
No,
Right.
you're 15. You're 15. I mean, this part of high school is about figuring out who you are relative to your peers and how you ask people out and how you feel about that and who you want to ask out. I mean, this is sort
But
of...
it's not only that. It's being shy and quite reserved. Plus, having trouble expressing myself, even to my best friends, and it's hard. And I don't know how to-
when you say it's at home, it's different. What do you mean with your family?
Yeah, I'm not shy and quite reserved. I'm like myself, and for some reason, when I get with like all these people at school, I just can't do that anymore because.
Did your family encourage you to form firms when you were growing up, or did they kind of keep you?
No, I'm not really close with my family at all. They don't, it's a long story.
Well, tell us.
Well, I live with my dad, and my mom's not around anymore, and
What happened to your mom?
she went with my stepfather. She just, I don't have an address. I don't have a phone number. She doesn't call me.
That has to affect you. All right.
Hmm?
That has to affect how you feel about yourself.
Well, no, not really, but
Sure it does.
Has to.
I feel good about myself. I think I look good, but it's just.
Yeah, but listen, it's not all about how you look in a pair of ski pants, Melanie, please. And if you say that again, I'm going to be convinced that you don't feel good about the way you look.
The thing is, the point I'm trying to make is that my problem is socially. It's not how
Yeah,
I look.
I know. You're not deformed.
What?
Listen, here's what Drew's saying. Melanie, just relax here. Listen for a second.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a 15-year-old girl who walks this planet who does not have some feelings of ambivalence socially. It's a tough time. I mean, by virtue of the fact that you're 15 and you're living in a Western culture, you are going to feel awkward and different, and you're going to act differently around different people, and you're going to have mixed feelings. It all comes with the territory.
But it happens every time.
All right, every time at 15.
Oh, no. It's been happening for about 2 years. But, I mean, the whole thing has been developing ever since I was 10 years old.
All right, but you're well aware of it.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do something about it. I'm telling you, Melanie, as God is my witness, this is something you will just grow out of. It's like, for women, it's like walking in high heels. The first time you strap on a pair of those pumps, you barely make it across the room. Before you know it, you're running from gang members and beating them, wearing a pair of stilettos. You ever see these movies where it's, I don't know, Cindy Crawford's in it or something? They're wearing a pair of heels, and they're being chased down some New York back alley at night, and it rained a half hour earlier, and they're just sprinting in high heels.
Cobblestones.
On cobblestones. If I put on a pair of heels and tried with a walker and try to make it from the toilet to the sink, I would collapse like some sort of crash at Indy. I'd go into the wall and burst into flames. Absolutely amazing what women learn to do on those heels. All right, so that's my analogy. Just like you're a little awkward on the heels whenever you got up on those, this is a metaphor for your life socially. You're fine. You'll grow out of it. Next week, Don Ho, Tom Arnold, and Toad the Wet Sprocket. And Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew will be back in 10 seconds. Yes, this is Adam Carolla. Oh, here comes Drew. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Is that what it is? Fax number 310-854-4455. And it's back to the phones we go.
Is it a full moon again?
No, I'm all right. Drew's got a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach.
A bunch of hospital admissions all of a sudden, too.
Hospital admissions. Yeah. These are, now, when you get paged all the time, constantly on this show, these are folks that are patients of yours that are sick and going into the hospital.
Sometimes. I kind of wear different hats, so it's sometimes. Sometimes there are people that are referred to me for addiction treatment that are coming into the hospital to be detoxed. I don't know them, but I'm leaving orders for them. Sometimes there are patients I know well are coming into the medical hospital.
How do you know to leave orders if you don't know them?
The nurses do the assessment for me, and they describe what they've got. And I work with the nurses every day. I know them real well. They know how to do the assessment.
I bet you do, especially them candy stripers.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Hey, Engineer Mike, don't we have a few good Drew drops?
Somebody wanted to hear the shuffle. Can we just leave it at that?
Wait a minute. I want to hear a couple. Wasn't there a couple he laid down by mistake?
Off, but they're still not carded up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Play them if you want.
Yeah, play them. I enjoy those. Okay. All right, until then, we will talk to young Bobby, 14. Bobby?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, I just have this problem, I think that, one time I was at my friend's house and we were drinking and stuff, and this girl came over, and I guess I got with her and stuff,
What do you mean?
I did her, but I didn't I didn't come in her or anything.
What did you do?
I was doing her for a while, but I didn't like nutting or anything, but still, I'm just I don't know.
What difference does that make?
I don't know. It's just I'm wondering if I have any STDs or anything, because I know that this.
Well, if you didn't nut in her, then there's no possible chance.
What kind of symptoms are you having?
I don't know. It's just my balls are really itchy and stuff, but it happened a while ago, so I don't know if.
Is there a rash there?
No, it's just every day,
are they burning and itching?
Yeah.
And is there anything on the penis itself?
No.
Herpes can actually just cause a red eruption.
It's red.
Of the nutsack, Drew?
Yeah.
Sometimes. It is possibly herpes. There is such a thing.
Because I think that, she's gotten with a couple other guys and stuff. But I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's why you need to wear a condom when you have sex. And
I know. I didn't think about that.
And whether or not you have ejaculate into a woman has nothing to do with whether you can contract a sexually transmitted disease.
Hey, hold on. Let me talk to Bobby. Bobby.
Yeah.
What's going on in your feeble mind? You're 14.
Yeah.
You're going to get someone pregnant. You understand?
Yeah.
Come on, seriously, wise up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Bobby.
That was just my first time. I was pretty stupid.
I understand. All right, we'll give you one. But in the future, seriously, I'm telling you what can happen. Don't you listen to the show? You'll get someone pregnant, and then they're not going to have an abortion. They're going to want to keep the kid.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be 15 with a kid.
Yeah.
And get this rash looked at. It may just be a fungus. There are certainly some funguses that can do this, but I've seen herpes present strangely like this too, so it needs to be looked at. And you need to educate yourself about sexually transmitted diseases and how they're contracted. Any genital contact can result in a sexually transmitted disease of various types.
Mike, 25.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Good, Mike.
First of all, Drew.
Mike.
My wife actually thinks you're, like, how do I say, very good looking. She watches you all the time on the other show.
Uh-huh.
And I'm almost obsessive over it. So that's a plus for you. And
obsessive over the fact that your wife diddles herself to Drew's image on a nightly basis?
While I'm working, yeah.
Are you angry about it?
No, I mean, she doesn't do that, but I mean, she just thinks you're a very good-looking guy.
Well, I thank you for putting up with that, but don't worry, I'm married with 3 kids. Everything's fine.
Well, she's married too, so.
Good. Perfect.
Second of all, my wife, she's been drinking. We've been going out for like 6 years.
I knew there was an explanation.
Well, she started out like 6 cans a night. Well, now she's up to 12.
Beers.
Every night.
Yeah.
And I honestly cannot remember the last time she has not drank.
Okay, so
your wife drinks a 12-pack every night?
I drink 6 on a weekend, and I'm
gone. So she drinks a 12-pack every night?
One of the.
So you must get laid every night.
She wants it. I don't. It's almost disgusting to see someone get that drunk.
How big a gal is she?
115, 120, 5'4".
What's incredible, she's able to maintain that weight.
How can she put away a 12-pack at 115 pounds?
I have no idea. We buy a 36-pack every 3 days.
Wow.
And
don't buy the beer anymore, Mike.
You know what? If I don't buy the beer for 1 day,
no sex.
If she's one short, I have scars on my back from her, from like a bottle cap opener. She's clawed me with that.
She actually attacks you with a drinking implement, just to drive the message home.
Do you guys have kids?
No kids.
Don't have kids.
I will not have a kid until...
You have to find a way to get her into treatment.
Do you have any pets?
2 cats.
Get rid of the cats, too. I rarely say this, but I fear for the cats.
Mike, she's well into the disease of alcoholism, and this is not going to stop.
And, well, her dad died probably 3 years ago, but she was drinking before that.
Yeah.
And she...
Did he die of alcoholism?
No. They come from a very, very strict religion, and either half of them are perfect or the other half rebel, whether it's drugs or alcohol.
Right. Protestant?
Mormon.
Actually, it's like a combination of quite a few of them. It's
Mortistant?
yeah, it's.
And I brought up Mormon not to be critical of that, because I think they do a great job with a population that tends to be genetically skewed towards alcoholism.
Sure.
And it works. It works very well, and they do a nice job. But
you can't drink anything else.
But when they leave the community, these kids that are genetically predisposed just explode with this disease.
Yeah.
All right, she's well on the disease. You're going to have to decide what you're going to put up with, and try to find some leverage and try to get her into treatment. It's not going to stop without treatment. One of the things that sometimes compels a spouse onto treatment is when the non-identified patient, the one who's not the addict, goes to Al-Anon, gets into some kind of codependency recovery, because then the addict feels you moving away emotionally. You no longer stay in that dance of trying to control them and stay focused on rescuing them and mesh with them.
How can a 115-pound woman put down a 12-pack?
I know I noticed that faraway look in your eye as you just tried to imagine that, but we're not going to come up with a solution to that.
We're from Minnesota.
Right, that explains it. Mike, so the deal is, if you can start going to Al-Anon, oftentimes the spouse will become frightened that you're going to leave and realize that they have to make some change too, and that often sometimes compels them on to their treatment.
I couldn't tell her. that I was going.
Well, listen, Mike.
Yeah?
Mike,
If you really can't, if you
let me talk to Mike.
But if you have to live in a foxhole, you have to
for
leave.
Christ's sake. Are you done, Drew?
I'm done.
All right, Mike.
Yeah?
Where are you right now?
I'm at work.
That's right. What do you do for a living? Arrange pansies for floral demonstrations or what?
Close. I actually work 3 jobs so I can afford the $70 a week drinking habit. Custodian full-time, and then I got 2 part-time custodial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm hardly ever home because I don't want to see it.
The mop never leaves your hand.
More or less, yeah.
All right. And Mike, what is up with you that you would fear upsetting this little 115-pound alcoholic badger you're married to?
Well, one, she does get violent.
All right. You could kick her ass, couldn't you?
But morally, that isn't right.
Oh, it is if she's loaded and attacks you with a bottle opener, it sure is.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, that's just self-defense.
Right. Well, I guess my love for her is too strong.
No. Your hatred for yourself is too strong. Let's not confuse the two, Mike.
Uh-huh.
It's not that you love her so much. It's that you don't love yourself so much. Yes, please.
Love isn't the right word.
I'm talking man to man. You don't respect yourself enough, Mike. Forget about wanting. You hide behind this chivalrous veil. Okay. Meanwhile, the relationship is coming undone. You are saying because you don't want, you never hit a woman, because you don't want to upset her, because your love is too strong. Meanwhile, she's killing herself and the relationship.
Right.
Now, you need to stand up.
And if you're not willing to rattle the cage here a little bit, guess what? Things aren't going to change. They're going to get worse.
Right. Well, we're going to Las Vegas in 1 month.
All right. Well, there's no booze there.
Well, yeah, exactly. And we have to work around. I had to make sure we have a rental car so we can get to a liquor store because she will not drink at the bar.
Mike, she won't drink at the bar?
No, she will not drink in public because she's afraid someone from her church or someone is going to see her doing bad. So
Okay.
She only drinks at home.
All right, listen to me. Mike, we understand that she's an alcoholic. We understand that she has more problems than that little 115-pound frame of hers can shoulder.
Yeah.
It's you. You are who we're talking to.
Go to
here,
Alana, Mike. Go to Alana. Please go. Get a sponsor.
Now, listen, I'm tired of hearing about this, Mike. You're the man. Stand up.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
Would you please do that? Please.
I will.
Be a man. Let me tell you, I don't know if you're a religious man or not, but the Bible says, and I quote, where's the Bible? Don't we have a Bible around here? The point is Jesus likes guys better than chicks.
Right.
I mean, it's very clear.
Yeah, there's no question.
And there's no question that Jesus is a dude fan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy was a guy. Come on. Of course we know who Jesus likes. But he has very clear roles. The man is the provider. The man is the strength and the guiding hand in the relationship. Do you understand, Mike?
Right.
You are shaking like a leaf on a tree.
I literally am right now.
You must be strong. Strong for you and strong for your wife and strong for Jesus. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
Now do what the Almighty would want you to do. He'd want you to take control of the situation like the breadwinner you are. Do you bake the bread or do you go out and earn it?
I earn it.
That's damn straight, Mike. Now
Yeah.
get in there and be a man. She'll respect you for it.
You're so full of it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that's going to work?
Go to Al-Anon.
I think Jesus liked guys better.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember.
Why do you say that?
Well, just look at that Last Supper.
Last Supper, all dudes. It was really a bachelor party. I'm surprised there wasn't a stripper in that picture.
Maybe the stripper was there before the photo was taken or painted or whatever.
You know, if you look real close, you can see Joseph breaking a 20.
So bad.
Probably, in fact, men have been downhill ever since. You know?
Yeah. Hey,
Men have been decaying. Now it's time for the woman to rise up as a phoenix out of the ashes.
All right, Drew. So I'll do the quoting from the Bible here.
Look, the fact is, he does need to be strong because he's going to have to withstand some very unpleasant attacks from her.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing that can move them towards hell.
People that get stuck in their... He needs a whole show.
That's how people get stuck in their comfort patterns. You know, it's just more comfortable to be there than to challenge that and to deal with the unpleasantness of individuating.
Drew, imagine if your wife put away 12-pack. I've seen your wife after sniffing the cork of a bottle of wine. She's out of control. Imagine
I thought
Susan
you were having a
on
great.
12-pack. I have a great time with her.
You came back and said nothing but bad things.
Oh, I love her. Come on, she's a good time. It's like going to the rodeo. You know, you can't do it every day, but you hoot and holler and have a fun time. All right, Alex, 16. Let's have it.
When I was like 11, I found like I was looking for like makeup in my mom's bathroom and stuff, and I found like a joint and matches, and she like took it away and hid it. And then I would always smell like smoke and stuff. And today I found my parents in the basement, and they were like in the corner, and then my dad suddenly like breathed smoke out of the corner and like said, "Oh, Alex is here." And then I went back down like just 20 minutes ago, or like an hour ago, and I found a joint there. I don't know what to do.
So they're smoking pot.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what, Alex? I don't want to alarm you, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were having sex as well. They could be getting it on, those two.
Well, I'm always up a lot later than they are.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll bet like when you go off to school and stuff, they arrange little rendezvous where they have sex. You think they may be having sex?
That's gross. I don't know, probably.
You've got a real problem on your hand. These folks are out of control.
What should I do? Should I, like, tell someone or something?
I think you got to get the federal government involved with this one, Alex. I mean, if they were just smoking the pot, that's one thing. But there's fornication. I'm guessing some oral stuff, too. There's clear laws on the books that state that this is a violation of not only a violation of God, but of the local penal codes as well.
Alex, why don't you just tell them how their behavior makes you feel, and see if the behavior changes?
And if it doesn't, then what should I do?
Well, if it doesn't, you can kind of stay in their face about it a little bit if you're able to do that, about what you feel about this, how you perceive it. They're going to minimize it, obviously.
Shouldn't she turn them in, though, Drew?
No.
After all, they are smoking marijuana
and you don't
in their
know,
home.
They're not necessarily addicted just because they have pot around.
Oh, my God.
If they like always smelled it and stuff?
Well, maybe if they're smoking every day, then it's a problem, but it's their problem.
How's your dad and mom doing? Are they getting along fine? Yes.
Functioning okay at work? They're functioning okay at work?
All right, don't rock the boat. Believe me, this is it's a marriage counselor and a bong. That's what this pot is. They get along great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your dad's working, everything's fine.
Both of them work.
But they're used.
He's providing a good home for you and everything.
They're used to having a
All right,
consequence, so
leave
it's
the
making
guy
Alex feel
alone.
bad. It's making Alex feel bad.
Oh,
And I think
who
you
cares?
I think kids should be encouraged to confront parents with the consequences of their actions, just the way kids get.
But what if her
confronted.
mom is wearing some bad orange lipstick and some big hoop earrings?
Of course, a kid will bring that up.
Should she tell him to knock it off?
No, but you learn how to express how your parents' behavior make you feel. Keep the boundaries right in the relationship, in the home.
Oh, but these poor parents are running around the house trying to get stoned. Your dad's going to hurt himself negotiating those basement stairs when he's stoned. He's going to go down there, be token out one day. The pilot, here's the scenario. The pilot blows out on the water heater. He's down there sparking up in the corner, and the whole house goes up because this poor son of a bitch can't get high in his own bedroom.
Well, at least he has the good judgment to know that he should not be doing it in front of his kids.
All right, Alex, I don't mean to be to be too hard on you, but listen, I think it's kind of their parents' business. They seem.
Talk to them about it.
I think you should tell them how it makes you feel.
You can tell them you're aware of it, and here's the way I would say it, Alex. All right, please listen. Say to them, put it this way. Listen, I'm aware that you guys are smoking marijuana. I'm aware that it's a drug. I'm aware that it ruins some lives, and I'm a little worried. I want to know if it's all right. I want to know if you're okay. I'm worried for you. Please tell me, explain to me that why it's okay. And then your dad will say, listen, Daddy works real hard. He has a lot of stress. He comes home, a couple nights a week after a long day at the office. He has a little hit, just like your friends' parents that come home and have a beer or two. And it just helps me relax and unwind.
My mom would be the one saying that.
All right, your mom will say it. And then you'll go, okay, that's cool. You're not driving or anything? No, dear, we'd never do that.
But get in touch with how you feel about it and express that to them. It worries me, it scares me, it angers me, whatever it is, let them know. And if they're not addicts, they'll probably stop.
I knew my mom was on the weed early by virtue of the fact that her friends were Happy, Sunshine, and Zorback. This is the Stone Mod Squad of the 70s. I thought to I was 9 and knew there was hooch going around. Nobody hangs out with Happy, Sunshine, and Zorback and does it straight.
Sure, it was just pot?
Oh, God knows what Zorback was getting into
Happy
along
and
with
Sunshine,
Mom.
that's LSD.
Yeah, God knows what everyone was getting into. I think they called them herbal cigarettes back then. But, everyone's on the straight and narrow now. All right, Drew, you want to sell the hell out of the next call?
Here's Renee. A guy is seeing she and her friend, and they are looking for revenge.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. All right, this is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Nutsack Drew. And the phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. All right, Toad the Wet Sprocket, Tom Arnold, and the great Don Ho will be in here next week. We ready to get back to the phones here, Drew?
Let's go.
Renee.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're 17.
Yeah. All right, I got a really crazy story, and this is the first time I ever heard of this thing, so don't get harsh on me, all right? Okay. All right, my brother, he's 21, and he has this best friend, and he's, like, really fine and sweet and nice and a good boy. He's not into the drugs and stuff, and he's totally opposite from me. He's, like, into rap and everything, and I'm sort of, like, wild and into the rock alternative, whatever you call it, you know? Anyways, he started dating my best friend, Tamber, and they were seeing each other for a while. And then she started seeing another guy, so he stayed over at my brother's house. It was like a Friday night. He had a big party. And my brother ain't gay, but that's where everyone crashed, you know? Anyways, me and him did things together, and I thought that we were starting to see each other for a while. And then he went back to my friend Tamber. So he's been like, one night he'll go to her house and do stuff with her, and then the next night he'll come to my house. So I don't know what's up with him. And then right now I'm in Pueblo, Colorado on a vacation with my best friend.
Has he had sex with Tamber?
Huh?
Has he had sex with this Tamber?
No.
He hasn't?
I don't think so.
How about with Renee?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
You're close
No,
getting
I'm
her.
sorry. My bad.
Has he had sex with you?
No. I mean,
Huh?
no.
What have you done? What have you done?
Well, he hasn't, like, did anything serious with me. I mean, we make out and we go out on dates and stuff.
All right. And so he's not had sex with you, and he's not done the tambourine.
No, but he wants to.
I've been working on a joke for the last 45 minutes, Drew. I don't know if you could
Finally
see it
got one.
coming.
It's good. So, Renee, what
Finally got
what is
one.
your question exactly?
I wanted to know if you can give us something that we could play him. I mean,
Play him? You could stop
yeah,
seeing him.
my parents went out of town for like a couple of days, and I invited him over at my house, and I told him Tamber and I were both there, and we were going to sort of, tease him in a way, and he wouldn't come over.
She just got the joke.
Because I thought he knew something was up, but I don't know, we just wanted to do something crazy, like, play him.
All right, look. How are you feeling about this guy?
He's sweet and everything, and he's really good friends with my family.
Forget all the surface. How do you feel? Listen to your gut. How do you feel about this guy?
How do I feel about him?
Yeah.
I liked him a lot.
Right. And you forget
the
then.
next
No.
night-
You like him a lot, right?
Uh-huh.
You like him a lot.
Then you're hurt.
What would you like this relationship to be?
Huh?
What would you like this relationship to be?
I don't know. It's just, I thought there was something, and then the
Would
next
you like it to be exclusive with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever told him that?
No.
Why don't you stand up? And I want you to give your be a man speech to this young lady in a second. But
Okay.
stand up to this gentleman and tell him exactly how you feel and what you want from the relationship, and see if he has the potential of delivering that.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, get out.
What about Tamber?
And And you're gonna have to stand up for yourself and say that won't work. You won't want to see other people. You really want this to be something more. And if it's not that, give up on the relationship. Or if he says he can do it and then doesn't, he keeps seeing timbre, you know he's screwing around, then this guy's full of it. He's not something you want to be with. Really, it's not. It's Renee, deal with what he is, not what you wish he would be.
You know, my friend the Wheeze.
Yeah.
You spoke to the Wheeze a couple of times.
Yeah.
A-hole. The Wheeze, whenever he wanted to get back on at a woman who'd done him wrong, and he did this on many occasions, and I don't know why, but he always felt better. I hate to say it. We're not all that mature. Sometimes when you've been done wrong, when you've been slighted or screwed over, an act of vengeance makes you feel better, and then you move on. Here's what the Wheeze would do. Pie in the face.
Wow.
He would put a pie in their face. And I'm not talking about, the Soupy Sales pie tin filled with Cool Whip.
You're talking about a cherry pie.
I'm talking about he would go down to the International House of Pies. He'd plop down $9. He'd get like a custard pie, get the extra whipped cream on it, and he would work it into their face. He would call them over, say, I know the relationship's over. I know you don't have feelings for him anymore, but I'd really like to talk to you in person one more time. And he'd give him the pie in the face. And he got so many girls with the pie in the face, and I was absolute. See, I didn't have a penny, and we were living in the same one bedroom. And he'd come back with a cake with the 4 and 20 birds on it, and I'd say, what is this? And he'd say, don't touch the pie. I'm putting it in Cynthia's face. And I'd say, are you effing nuts?
So you'd stand there till it was done and then lick and just scoop it off them?
I took a pie off the driveway and brought it back in and ate it.
I don't doubt that. I believe that.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you did.
$9 and my love of pie. So one time he invites a girl named Melanie over. And this is when we're living in that godforsaken one bedroom in North Hollywood. And she's heard about the Wheeze and his pie antics. So she's not coming to the front door. So here's what the Wheeze does. He goes down the street. This is at night. He takes the pie and he puts it on the back of a bumper of a truck. Okay? And this is about half a block down from the apartment
So
on
they
a
go for a
dark
walk.
street.
They go
So
for
he
a walk.
comes out with his hands up and he says, listen, no pie. I just want to take a little walk. I just want to talk. And meanwhile, I'm screaming, not the pie, for Christ's sake, anything but the pie. A bundt cake, anything but the pie. They walk out. She's like a little on edge. She's a little skittish, but she sees he has nothing. They start walking. She becomes relaxed. They conveniently stop against the truck. They lean up against it. They're talking. He reaches around off the bumper of the truck. That was good.
I just wonder what the world looks like through Wheeze's eyes.
Hey, it makes
I know
the
to
guy.
you it's just one pie to the next.
It makes
but
the guy feel better, and he'd come back up laughing maniacally, and he'd never talk about this woman again.
It's bizarre.
And then I would have to lament the pie. And I had to go into therapy because of the pie loss. You think I'm kidding that I pulled it off the driveway and brought it in and ate
no,
it?
I know you did that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you didn't chase the woman around
I ate a C's half-eaten C's chocolate egg about the size of a softball that it had been on somebody's window ledge for 4 months.
Oh yeah.
I ate beef stew out of a dog bowl once.
All I know is you used to go to your neighbor's house and mix up Count Chocula, mini marshmallows, and pie filling.
Yes.
And that's where it started.
I put it all in the pita. Tabitha, 25.
Hello.
Hey.
I have a question for Drew, but I'm sure you'll get your hands into it.
All right.
I've been on antidepressants, I'd say off and on since I was 15. And I have a problem with orgasms. And I know that there are certain antidepressants that cause sexual dysfunction.
Pretty much they all can, frankly.
I just got off of Prozac. I've been off for 3 weeks.
And Prozac typically does that. I mean, characteristically, Prozac will do it. In fact, it doesn't just do that, it also suppresses your sex drive in general.
Yeah, which is bad.
Yes.
Why, do you have a boyfriend?
I was engaged until about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're off 3 weeks. So you want anything else?
Oh, I take Xanax because I have anxiety disease.
Which also doesn't help your sexual functioning.
So that also causes dysfunction?
It could potentially. Not as characteristically as Prozac, but potentially.
Now, does nortriptyline also...
It can. Again, not as characteristically, but it sure can.
Well, here's my question. Since I've been on these antidepressants off and on for 10 years, and I've had problems achieving orgasm with men. By myself, it's easier, but since I've been on the Prozac, it's been harder. But now that I've been off for the past 3-4 weeks, it's been a lot easier. I'm wondering, how long does it take?
Well, you with a guy now?
No.
Well, that's with yourself then.
Oh, yeah, with myself, it's not, that's pretty okay.
How come no one knows what the hell I'm talking? Do you know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yes.
No. Even when I was with somebody.
I know, but for the past 3 weeks, it's been getting easier.
By yourself.
Well, I've been with somebody since I've been off the Prozac, and
Wasn't I just asking that?
Yes, that's what you asked. But Tabitha, it takes about 2 weeks plus for that to get out of your system, so you're really just coming out of it.
Are you still with the guy you've been with since the Prozac?
My fiance or the guy that
Are you still with the guy you've been with since the Prozac? All right.
So what is your question? Real quick.
That was it. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, is it going, could it be that it's always going to be this way, that I'm never going to be able to come with a man or just be able to come by myself? Or is it most likely the fact that I've been on medicine?
It may just be you. Women have difficulty achieving orgasm. It's much more difficult for them than a man. No doubt about it. Because men and women are different. They're different. And for women, it is a much more emotional, internal experience, and for men, it's a much more mechanical, external, visual, matter of fact.
But even if you can with yourself, shouldn't you be able to...
No.
It's more difficult with a person, but yes, you should be able to train your man, so to speak, to be able to do what it is that you like. On the other hand, if you have issues interpersonally, if you were traumatized when you were younger or something like that, that may be figuring into your ease of functioning. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, Tabitha.
Okay, thanks.
All righty then. Whew. So he's a very mixed bag of nuts calling in tonight on Loveline. It's a cashew one time, a peanut, a macadamia nut. It's a very mixed batch we're getting tonight.
Nutsack.
All right. Hey,
promised the shuffle.
Hey, did we get any nominations for any kind of Marconi Awards or anything? I heard somebody talking about that, but not us.
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Our own station didn't nominate us.
Oh. That's about right. Maybe they're, I think they thought we were off the air around Christmas time or something.
What's a Marconi Award?
I just heard the mother station, K-Rock, the morning show, Kevin and Bean got nominated for a Marconi Award. And
you could only, the people that worked at the station are the only people who could nominate their shows. So I'm like, okay, so who nominated us? I guess nobody.
And you work at the station, don't you?
I wasn't given the opportunity to vote.
Uh-huh.
So.
Wouldn't that just be standard practice,
because
though?
I voted for somebody else.
How about any other stations around the country nominated?
Obviously not.
Well, last year, weren't we up for some sort of...
that was a Billboard Award.
Oh. All right. All right. Somebody nominate us, would you, for Christ's sake?
I know.
Please.
Is anybody out there?
Spare me the indignity of nominating myself through an anonymous name, which is what I usually do. Even years before I got into radio. A lot of people don't know that I won the Marconi Award in '87, and I was still a carpenter. All right. We'll be back. Joe and Nate and the rest of the Boss Tones this Saturday at the fabulous K-Rock Weenie Roast. Well, I was just belching up a little that Frankfurter. All right, and so with Dr. Drew. I forget the phone number. All right, ready, Drew?
Let's go.
Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, you promised I could play the shuffle, by the way.
Oh, yeah, you're 23.
Yeah.
All right, get ready with that shuffle, Engineer Mike. Mike's giving me that, hey, dickhead, I was ready an hour and 10 minutes ago. All right, be extra. Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
Not you, Mike, Michael, but Engineer Mike. I want you on code 5 alert. extra super readiness alert. Not just casually ready, but super extra ready.
Put down that laptop, that solitaire game you're playing.
That ain't the laptop that's on his lap. I got news for you. Keep your finger poised on the button and be extra ready, okay? All right, go ahead, Michael.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Michael.
All right, I have a question for a good doctor there.
Yes, sir.
I was married for 3 years, and I recently got divorced about a year ago. And I just recently got a phone call that supposedly she had my child. Now, my question is, after 3 years of nothingness, what are the possibilities, in your professional opinion, of that child being mine?
3 years of no sex?
No, 3 years of... We did have sex unprotected because we're married, of course. And then all of a sudden, pop goes the weasel.
Yeah, all right. We're trying to do some math here, Michael. You got 3 years of nothingness.
Whatever that means.
Although you went back and said you did have some unprotected sex
then
because
pop
you're
goes the weasel.
married, and then the weasel went pop.
Yeah.
Explain.
All right, now, the reason why I left is because of the fact that she was committing adultery.
When did you last have sex with her?
I last had sex with her over a year ago. Like in, I got to say May.
May of 96.
Yes.
And how old is the child?
The child is 2 months old right now.
So that's not possible, is it?
No, because it's been 13 months.
Right.
And 9 and 2 months is 11 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not possible.
All right.
How's your math do? Did you have to call the show for that, Michael?
Not necessarily.
Michael, let me suggest something that you need to introduce in your life. It's called a scratch pad. You understand?
Calculator.
Let me explain how the scratch pad works. You grab a piece of charcoal in your case, and you take, let's see, you take the number 13, and then you take the 2 and the 9, and you add that. That makes 11, and then you minus the 13 from 11, and you have negative 2, and that means impossible.
Okay, even if the child was 3 months old, because I don't really know the exact date of
Okay.
Well, it's getting closer. Why don't you get, if there's any question at all, you can get paternity blood testing. Okay? Establishing paternity is something that people do.
Okay.
And there's a blood test for that, and there's a whole legal process you can go through.
Okay.
And if you need to go through it, go through it. Because if it is your child, you will have a financial responsibility for that child. And God willing, I hope you have a moral responsibility that you would fulfill, too, that you would take care of the child.
What do you do for a living now, Mike? CPA?
No, I do a lot of things. Right now, I work basically with purchase orders for a major corporation. And I also work part-time as a pizza delivery person because I like the extra money.
No, okay. All right, so you're doing all right. The tip's okay?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you an honest question. I always wonder what to tip the pizza guy. Because the pizza's usually $17.
Oh, yeah.
And you think to yourself, now, if this is a waiter and you're tipping 15%, you're only giving like $2.25.
Oh, yeah.
But it feels a little light, 15%, because the waiter, he schlepped it from the kitchen over to you, but this guy got in the Vega and drove up the hill. So what's a good, like, as a pizza delivery guy, what is a solid tip on $17?
To me, $2 would be generous even.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
On a $17 pizza, $2 would be generous.
Sure.
Because they're not spending 2 hours with you.
I know, but where are you from?
Like as far as what city?
Yeah.
Lakewood.
Lakewood?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So you're in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And $2 is what you consider a generous tip?
Yeah, because I mean, they have the franchises basically pretty close together. You don't really have to drive like 10 miles to deliver pizza.
Right.
At the most, it's about
Okay. Well, I think you should up your standards a little. I would look at $2, $3 as the norm. $5 being somewhat generous.
How much?
And $15 means you got to perform oral sex.
Wow, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, hey, whatever it takes. Hey, why do you think that mail slot's placed right there? Right there about growing height, Drew. You ever think about that?
No.
Why not put the slot up higher on the door? I'll tell you why not. Okay. It's Thursday. I'm running out of material. I didn't plan enough over the weekend, as you can tell. And thank God we have pre-recorded bits. Such is the Dr. Drew Shuffle to get me through the night.
Pee on this stick. Makes me sick. Pee on this stick. Makes me sick. If I find you stealing my underwear again, here's what's going to happen. Asshole. Stuff like this. Stuff like this. Stuff like this. Makes me sick. You're fat. Asshole. You're fat. Can I say that? You're fat. You're overweight. I want to be dominated. You're gay. I want to be dominated. You're gay. When I was 19, I ate about 4 boiled peyote buttons and stayed up all night but felt no effect. It's called intimacy. Can I say that? This is not acceptable. Can I say that? You're fat. Not acceptable. Pee on this stick. Not acceptable. Boiled peyote button. Not acceptable. You're overweight. Not acceptable. Can I say that? Say that?
I want to solve the problems one spermatic cord at a time.
Oh, it's a fun-loving Drew, and of course the old school Dr. Drew Shuffle.
I like that boogie better.
You like the boogie? Well, it's an upbeat, but it depends.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at your daddy for not pulling out sooner.
Who was?
That was last night.
That was a caller, right?
Yeah. She was talking,
That's my favorite.
she was talking to you.
Oh, she talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, little bitch. Who was that?
It was last night.
Oh, it's usually one of our guests. That was just a caller, right?
Yeah.
All right. As I remember, we got along all right. We were just having a good time. Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Okay, my question is for Drew.
Yep.
But I know Adam's going to have a smart answer.
All right.
Let's get to it.
Listen,
Let's get
everybody,
there.
stop everybody. No more of these couching the questions that way. This is for Drew, but I know, yes. We all know I'm going to hop in. Go ahead.
Okay. I've been with this girl for about a month, right? And I went to Cancun for a week, which was last week. And when I came back, I brought her a rose, a necklace, and a bracelet. And she said, now I feel guilty. Why do you have to be so sweet?
Oh, well, that's a hint.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. Your best friend didn't go to Cancun with you, did he?
No.
No, he was left behind.
Although my best friend lives in Texas.
You're the second runner-up in the best friend category had sex with her. Who had sex with her?
I don't know.
But somebody did.
Yeah.
Did you ask her?
No.
You're afraid
Not
to.
yet.
You're afraid to.
Yeah.
Didn't want to know. Yeah.
But did she say that's what happened?
No.
She just gave him some hints, and he let it go.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
All right. All right. This is love.
At that age, especially.
You bought her some puka shells and a imitation silver bracelet.
And she probably thought you were going down to Cancun and we're going to carry on, and she was sort of protecting herself by doing this.
Didn't she lay down a few hints before you left for Cancun?
No, not really.
Not that he picked up on anyway.
Thanks for clarifying that, Drew. All right. And how long had you gone out with her?
About a month.
All right. So in your mind, she was a girlfriend, but in her mind, you guys were just kind of hanging.
I don't know.
Or she was just scared to death, and, some people act out when they get that way.
Okay.
You can either go on with this relationship or not.
What do you mean? He can't go on with it.
He could go on, because it's still in its sort of formative state, you know what I mean? This could be all miscommunications.
What are you talking about, Drew?
I think they could go on.
I mean, she just told him in semi-uncertain terms that she wasn't interested.
No, that she screwed up.
No, I think what she's saying is I'm not interested.
Well, if that's the case, then forget it. But I'm not clear that that's what we're getting from her.
Listen, as you know, I just sprouted ovaries. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how a woman works. If she was